Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you through there. There we go. Cool beans. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Well, as long as we're not echoing.
Echoing, echo, echo. There's an echo. Cool, cool. Cool beans. Shawn, it's, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a good echo going there. Hang on.
How do we stop it?
That's a good question because I have all my microphone and speakers are off here.
I've turned my computer speaker down. I can still hear me somewhere.
Yeah, we may have to disconnect our TikToks.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How do we disconnect them?
Easy enough to do.
Oh, there we go.
We
That's
end
why
this
you're the
live and just
captain,
go live
Shawn.
again.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll just end this live and then we will jump into a new one.
Cool. There we go. Always learning.
Yeah. And you keep your live.
I'm going to do the same.
And
if it's good enough for you, Shawn, it's good enough for me. So yeah, Hypno News with Shawn and Grant. If you're watching me, then go find Shawn and watch him as well. If you're watching on here, then we're both here as well. So all over the place.
And if you're watching me, go find Grant because he is an awesome hypnotist and one of my good friends.
Yes. Yeah.
We've already got a few people in the chat here. So the NCCH hypnosis group that I started following a little while ago. They're here with me right now, amongst others.
Really good. I mean, I just saw the NCCH a moment ago myself over here. Cool. So, what's the weather like?
Well, it's very windy outside right now. The trees that, well, you know how tall my trees are because you were here a few weeks back.
Yeah,
they're bending pretty good right now. It's windy, and that means blowing snow. And because it's warmer than normal, it also means icy roads. So, but beyond that, it's been this week. All of a sudden, just starting Monday morning, just took off like a shot. Like it was just too many things to do, and it seems like almost not enough time to do them in. And then I got a couple of emails today, and it's like, oh man, okay, now I got to go back and deal with that I thought I had dealt with back in September and November and whatnot. So anyway, that's been my week in a nutshell, and I'm looking forward to next week because we got something going on next week.
What's next week, Shawn?
Well, there's a summit, I think.
This summit, see, it's a Yorkshire word, is summit. This summit's going on. It means something. This summit going on next week. I like that. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. So that's Vegas. Are you looking forward to going to Vegas, Shawn? I
am so looking forward to a change of scenery. It won't necessarily be a change of pace because tech support is tech support, whether it's online, offline, and whatnot. But yeah, definitely looking forward to getting together with like minds, with friends, and meeting some new people. I was actually contacted earlier this week, and it was a gentleman out of Michigan, and so he is confirmed that he is coming, and he's a magician and a hypnotist, and yeah, it's just the word is getting out, and we are 4 years into this only. So
no, it feels it. I remember being stood downstairs in the studio with a constant record on the laptop, that first virtual one. And I like the fact of, because of that first virtual one, we did the in-person one, and because of that, we've always had the hybrid element of it, which I think is a really important way of giving people access to it that can't get to Vegas, or sometimes for people that don't have the funds for it, it gives them that kind of that entry level where they can come, learn something, apply it, and then next year with all the money that they earn from the stuff that they learned virtually, they can be there in person.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if you honestly can't attend, we get it. I mean, we know people that they have all kinds of things on the go. Maybe it's a health issue, maybe it's a I booked a gig, but so I can't make the conference, but I'd still like to get in and see what's going on. Whatever that is, those online tickets are good for the conference, and the videos after we post them, 90 days after we post them, you can keep watching, keep learning. Make your notes. And I heard another report today, much to my chagrin, that if you handwrite those notes, they'll stick with you longer than if you just type them in. So
Oh, in my
it still
lodge,
seems to be a thing.
yeah, in my lodge, that's how I remember ritual. I'll read it and then I'll write it out as in pen and paper,
Yeah.
and it does seem to send it in a little bit deeper.
Well, it gives you a spatial recognition. Yes, I remember writing that note. It was on the top left hand corner of the page. I put the date up in the top right hand corner of the page, and it's just gives you that more physical experience
Yes, absolutely.
than even if you were writing on your iPad. So
Yeah, 100%. So I've just put up a link there to the lobby. The lobby is now open on the virtual event. So you can get in there, look at the current schedule, as the schedule is always fluid. Um,
yeah, we should have most of everything locked down by this Saturday.
yeah,
There's a few changes with some of the speakers that are moving betwixt online and offline. Well, not offline, online and in person sessions. So we need to account for those changes and make sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be at what time.
yep,
And yeah, it should be, from all counts and what I've seen, should be a really informative,
yeah.
really in-depth conference, and that's what you want, because this is not a mainstream conference.
No,
We know
it's a
that.
niche within a
it,
niche.
this is the hypnosis niche, but inside of that, we're dealing with the people who are performing, the people who are wanting to um, present. I've heard a few times, oh, I just can't deal with any of that technical stuff. I
Yeah,
get it. That's why I've had a job for 30 years. Um, Learning how to deal with that
yeah,
on the fly. I was talking to somebody the other day and telling them about my absolute worst technical show. The worst technical show I had, we tested everything out. Everything tested fine. I went and I unplugged the iPad to charge it, and I must have disconnected and it was brand new. I had just bought it that day, uh, and the piece wouldn't work. So we had no music, no intro music, no sound effects, nothing. So anything that was sound related, I did unto myself, which I can do because I can make good sound effects. Actually, it was Claudia. We were talking about that on Hypnosis Hero. I can do that because I can make good sound effects. Everything from "Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog" to uh, you know the fart sound, because it's the world's most funniest sound.
it is.
Um,
I,
so
I
yeah,
used to have I used to have like fart noises as part of my kind of soundboard, but I prefer to make them myself. I think they're funnier.
yeah. For the most part, that's true, but you can't duplicate like the Nokia ring, or the a telephone ring, or sleigh bells, or
That's true.
things like that just add that little extra touch. But
Yeah,
you could you design around that? Absolutely, there are lots of hypnotists that design around that. Um, and there's lots of good quality things that uh, you can do without jumping into every sound effect that you would ever need. Um, yeah, and again, every audience is different. So in that case, I had a lot of little kids because it was partnered with my friend who was doing his magic act right after mine. So it was kind of a double feature.
Nice.
And I will tell you, when you ask a room full of kids, and I know because I'm a teacher and I've been in front of kids, hey kids, what's the world's most funniest sound? You get the one who might say something that's kind of oddball, but within 28 seconds, every kid knows that it's a fart.
Yeah.
And that sets up the whole routine. So, but yeah, I mean, you have to be flexible. You have to know that if plan A doesn't work, plan B is in effect. Jesse was talking about it at Christmas time. He had a couple of audiences where there were very few people who were part of the act. How do you deal with that? Because if
Yeah.
you've never dealt with it, how do you adjust your act so you only have two or three? I had an abundance in my acts, and I actually had to start making up things with um, certain skits. So
Again, it's the good thing with the summit is you get to speak to real professionals talking about real shows as well. So not like the polished stuff that people just post on Instagram. And so we've got a panel on ab reactions. And again, it's a really not just an interesting topic, but it's one that we shouldn't shy away from. Like ab reactions do happen,
yep,
hopefully infrequently, but they do happen. And so, what is the best way of dealing with that? And
yep.
so, yeah,
And yeah, if you've never encountered one, even if you're on the clinical side, if you've never really ever encountered one and it happens, what do you do?
yeah,
These are good practical panel discussions, and those panels have a. I don't want to call people old because I increment in 2 days, right? So I think that makes me 54. Yeah.
54.
Yes. I told you I'm older than I look. Um, the the years of experience that you have, the collective wisdom that's there,
Yeah,
um, and in some cases, because we have people who are second generation hypnotists, you have a lot of depth that can come from that, and uh, you don't get that everywhere.
yeah, exactly. And it's not that the people at the conference at the summit, the people that want to share, they are giving back to the community. It's not about buy my stuff. It is literally about we're here to make it better for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. If the tide rises and it takes all of us with it, that's the way we want it. So there's
Absolutely.
there's there's no way to sink only half a ship.
Yes. Speaking of other conferences as well, Hypnoticon, that's happening at exactly the same time.
Yep,
That's an online only hypnosis conference. This is mainly aimed at hypnotherapists. But yeah, so that is the 23rd to the 25th, I believe, as well.
yep.
So that's cool. And Michigan conference.
Dan is just knocking it out of the park with Michigan. Every time I get a message, it's like, oh wow, here, take a look at this, and I did
Yeah,
this, and it's like, man, Grant and I are gonna have to up our game.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna have
He's
to come
literally
up with
doing
a whole
amazing stuff.
yeah. We're gonna have to come up with like a whole intro, and PHS will have to make it 3 dimensional now, and maybe we'll put it on like a top
Holographic.
hat. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a challenge.
yeah. He can't
Uh,
compete with holograms.
well, you certainly can't damage them because they're holograms. Um, hey Jen, hope things are going well. Just so you know, there's a lot of wind on its way to you. If it hasn't gotten windy out in Winnipeg yet, my trees right now are taking a pretty good shot at trying to stay upright.
Cool. Yeah. It is the big countdown now. I think it's 7 days till the start of the conference.
Yeah, by this time, I will be next week. I will be there. You will be there. And in fact,
Yep.
we will probably have a boots on the ground. I'm thinking a boots on the ground Hypno News sometime Thursday afternoon.
Absolutely.
And it will be live on location. Um, so I mean, I better get if Michael DeShalit isn't there with his wonderful radio voice. I'll do my best. Live on location,
It's
live on
yeah.
location. You
It's
know,
going to
we'll
be.
figure it out.
It's every year. It's been really great meeting people. The social elements to it is always fantastic. But it's obviously I'm a little bit biased. I think we're a little bit biased. But there is something
I
really
don't know
special
why
about
we would be
PHS.
biased. We know quality when we see it.
Exactly. And so it's nice. So a good friend of mine from the UK is coming out, Jason Simmons. He's a great stage hypnotist as well. And so it's getting that mix of people from all different countries, all different levels of hypnosis, and some people who were on about Jack earlier, new to it, but absolutely smashing it with bookings as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I remember last year Joe Beff did his talk on his
one of the
first year in hypnosis,
yeah
and it's amazing to think Joe Beff's like 1 year in, well, 2 years in now,
2 years in. Yeah,
but talk about established already. And so, that's what I think that's what PHS gives you. It gives you that fast track to being a professional.
yeah,
Cool.
and the best wisdom is the wisdom that you gain.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
It's the wisdom that you use, but it doesn't always have to be gained at your expense. And,
Yes.
you know, there's a lot of people like we've said. There's a lot of wisdom at this conference. So if you want, I don't want to call it a shortcut to success, but if you definitely want to um, make your rise to stardom more linear, this would be one way to do it.
I mean, there is lots of great success stories from previous years of how this conference has changed people's lives and the trajectory of their careers. This year, I hope is going to be, someone else will be saying the same thing next year. That's what's nice because it's a niche within a niche,
Yep.
because it is a very specialist conference. It really does mean we can laser focus that.
Yep. And so yeah, I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I know you and I were able to grab coffee a couple of times while you were over here in Saskatchewan, but I'm still looking forward to having a coffee with you. At the very least, we'll see. We'll pass each other in the hallway and
Exactly.
hey,
It'll be
hey,
nice
there's
to
a
have
technical problem in room two, and
Yeah, it'll be nice to have a Starbucks where the temperature is not ridiculously low.
it was
Cool.
only
Right.
-35 here.
Oh god, it's weird because it feels nice here. Having been there, here now feels nice. All my friends are complaining about the cold, and I'm like, that's not cold.
Yeah, yeah, that's we have that song, hold my beer, and anytime somebody mentions anything weather-wise, yeah, hold my beer. This is what a Canadian winter is like, and
Yeah,
the only thing you can't transmit is the feeling of just how actually cold it is. So
cool. Right. Well, the next one, Sean, will be coming live from Vegas.
that's right. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Take care. See
All
you
right.
soon.
Take care. Stay well. Be awesome.
Awesome.
And Jen, yeah, it was a kind of an early one. We want to get a couple things